Westfield. My name is Ryan Monson, and as always with my co-host Tanner Gurin, and we're going to talk about some football. So, Tanner, our Westfield Rocks played. All right, guys, now we're going to go on to our picks for the college football games of the week. Tanner, first we have Texas A&M, number 14, versus number 18, Arkansas. Who do you got in that game?
Gonna go with the Aggies. Arkansas disappointing against Alabama.
All right, yeah, I would agree with that. Ryan Tannehill out of Texas A&M is doing really well this year. Even though Big 12 is synonymous with bad defense, I still think they're going to outscore Arkansas.
Finished the loss to the Oklahoma State Cowboys last week.
Yeah, I still think they'll be able to overcome that. You know, they're still ranked. Obviously, they still have a lot of talent, so I think they'll come back. Our second game is Alabama at number 12, Florida, a trip-up game in my view. I think Florida is literally going to take it at Alabama, and Florida will take it in the swamp. You know, Brantley is finally getting good. They've established a pro system under Muschamp. Muschamp, right? Yeah, okay. So the HSE Royals, I think they had only lost once to Brownsburg. They're pretty much a really dominant team, and it was an extreme challenge to go into HSE and even put up points, and we did. Yeah. But it was a little too late, and we ended up losing 49-14. So what did you see?
I saw, the defense first play of the game for HSE. The fumble by Crockham, and we got it. The offense just didn't really move the ball well. But we did have a couple of drives. Devin Reese with an amazing touchdown catch. Yeah. Nice touch pass from Wade. Yeah. HSE's a good team.
Yeah, there was one play where HSE, we literally, and I think this goes down to wrapping up when you tackle, is that when Ryan Ripp, when he ran off to the left side, you know, fans were watching, okay, the play's over. There's a whole bunch of players from Westfield all over that. All of a sudden, you see, you know, this dude just burst out of the pile, and he is gone. And I think just plays like that is just not finishing. We just had that problem all season. Yeah. So it wasn't just like a few players. The whole entire defense. HSC had a great defensive game, a great offensive game. Even their JV got to go in and scored a touchdown. Yeah. So we put on our JV a little bit too, and Adam Horkay did pretty nice, and Nick Ferrer.
Frank Grimes added a touchdown.
Yeah, that was he had some nice spin moves. Utilized the right thumbstick, if you will. I think the Rocks are ready to move on from this week and forget. So this week we play tonight McCutcheon, our homecoming game. It's going to be dressed like a warrior day, so we have a lot of Spartans out there, green and gold. You know, historically we've done pretty well against McCutcheon. The last 2 years we've won. So what do you think we're going to do this week?
It should be a pretty easy win. Obviously, you can't take anything for granted. They've only won 2 games this year. A Lafayette team, usually not much competition.
All right, Tanner, so now we're going to do our top 5 NFL coaches right now, not of all time. So for me, I have Mike Tomlin, and he's a coach on the rise. You know, he got there a few years ago after Cowher left. So he was actually mentored under Tony Dungy, I believe, in Tampa Bay. And so he's doing really well in Pittsburgh, won 2 Super Bowls there. For number 2, I got Bill Belichick, 3 Super Bowls. Although he did get caught cheating, I still think that he's erased that stigma at some point. You know, New England fans still love him. So he's continued to produce and get into the playoffs. So I think he's got to be up there. I think, Mike McCarthy, he's up there now. Won a Super Bowl and he's pretty much raising Aaron Rodgers, and he was responsible for his upbringing and now one of the top quarterbacks in the nation. So, I think he's going to continue that dynasty off, if you will, and continue to win more Super Bowls. And then we have number 4 is Rex Ryan. I think once he wins the Super Bowl, maybe he'll get up there in the list. But he's a really, really good defensive coach. He came from the Ravens. So
very energetic.
You know, that had Ray Lewis and Bart Scott. So I really will put him up more when he wins more Super Bowls. And then number 5, rounding out the end, is Sean Payton. You know, he won the Super Bowl with Drew Brees. He's just continuing to gather talent in New Orleans. So who are your top 5?
Well, I got Raheem Morris at number 1 with the Tampa Bay Bucks. You know, Josh Freeman, young quarterback. Yeah. Followed by Rex Ryan. I love his energy. Yeah. If I was a player, I'd just love to play for him. Number 3, Sean Payton. When the Saints were just nothing when he came there. Yeah. Now I got Jim Schwartz. You know, the Lions 3-0 this year, and Matt Stafford looking very good. Followed by Chan Gailey at number 5 for the Bills. Oh yeah. 3-0 start with Ryan Fitzpatrick at Harvard. Yeah.
They established a great system in there. They finally have the right pieces. They have Demps. They have Rainey, and I think Deontay Thompson, wide receiver out of Florida. He's doing really well. On the defensive side, I think Jelani Jenkins. I think he got suspended, right? Yeah. Or was it Janoris? I can't remember. One of the Jenkinses, he got suspended. The other one is the linebacker. He's doing really well, so I like him. Yeah. So, like I said, I have Florida in that one.
Yeah, I mean, who has Alabama played so far? They played Kent State and North Texas. Arkansas, absolutely no competition whatsoever.
Yeah, well, they played Penn State, right? And they did survive out of that game.
They did play Penn State, but, I mean, Penn State barely got out alive against Temple.
Yeah, the Big Ten's not necessarily a good test for your talent. So, yeah, I do agree with you there. Our third game is Nebraska, number 8, at number 7, Wisconsin. You have the NC State transfer of